Princes William and Harry made a somewhat joint appearance at a Diana memorial last night.
The siblings paid tribute to their late mother from separate sides of the Atlantic, with William attending the Diana Legacy Award event in London in person and Harry joined via video call only after his brother had left the ceremony.
Well, with us now, royal commentator Afua Hagan. Thank you so much for joining us. Look, talk us through the timeline of what happened yesterday. What was the purpose of the event? William turns up and then he goes before Harry has his moment.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a quiet week for royal news, right? So last night we had this award, which was the Legacy Awards for the Diana Awards, recipients of the Legacy Awards. So the Diana Awards has been going on for 25 years, and that just, you know, appreciates people that do great things in their communities and in society. So we had the Prince of Wales, Prince William, was addressing the audience there at 8:15 p.m, giving out awards, you know, doing all the niceties. Then later in the evening at that event, you had Prince Harry down the line from Montecito also speaking to recipients of those Diana Awards. So they were never actually in the same room and neither of them referenced the other one.
Well, let's have a listen to some of the things that William said.
This evening's Legacy Award is particularly special as it marks the 25th anniversary year of the Diana Award, a charity set up to reflect my mother's belief that young people can change the world. That legacy is something that both Catherine and I sought to focus on through our work, as have the 50,000 young people who have received the Diana Award over the past 25 years.
This is clearly, you know, a heart. There couldn't be a cause more important to the princes, really.
Absolutely. And, you know, this was set up, you know, in memorial of their mother. And it's but things that they're both really passionate about. Young people, community, doing great things in their communities, in their families. Oh, I hate to say it, but if there's one thing or one charitable organisation that could have brought them together, it is this one. And I think initially when we saw Diana Awards, both of them on the bill, we were like, oh my goodness, are we going to see them? No, we're not going to see them in the same room.
Extremely strange that neither of them referenced the other whatsoever.
Very weird.
But let's have a look at some of what Harry said now as well.
Every single day that you're working on these things, you don't even know the impact that it's making, right? You don't know that when you meet people and you have those interactions that you may have potentially changed their day, changed their outlook, changed their perspective, given them a little bit more hope, and hopefully inspired them to go off and do something similar.
Are we reading too much into this? Prince William has had a really, really turbulent week.
Yes.
We don't know, really, his motivations for why he left or why he departed. Maybe this is just stirring up more about, you know, the royal rift.
I think because it was both of them on the bill, people thought to themselves, "Ooh, you know, this is quite spicy. This is an occasion where we might see them say something about the other one." We didn't. And I think it was just very well planned on both of their sides that their paths, even though Prince Harry was thousands of miles away, he was never meant to be at the awards, but they were never even going to be in the same hour block, as it were. They made it very clear on both their teams, and maybe their teams had some interaction through the awards team to make sure that neither of them would come into any sort of contact with each other whatsoever. Even though Prince Harry was down the line, I don't even think Prince William wanted to introduce him or anything like that.
But on a positive note, this is a step in the right direction because they are both at least on the same bill for the first time in how many years?
Yes, exactly. And perhaps, you know, if we could read into this, that perhaps we could see them working together more, especially on something like this. You know, like we said, the Diana Awards, named after their mother, you know, that legacy of this awards is incredible. And if there's one thing that perhaps might defrost their relations, it could be this.
What about Meghan? I think she's been about 4 years off Instagram.
Yeah.
I think she had this lifestyle brand before her blog called, I think it was called The Tig, is that right?
It was The Tig, yeah.
She's given a glimpse, a hint that she's getting into sort of lifestyle with crockery pots and marmalade.
Yes.
What's her sort of new business venture?
So this is called American Riviera Orchard. This is her latest endeavour. And basically, the Instagram account launched yesterday. The website has kind of a holding page there. And it's basically a lifestyle-related brand. Now, The trademark filing covers a range of products and services. We're looking at interior decoration, stationery and tableware, so knives, forks and spoons. JJ, I know you love a spoon.
Napkin rings as well.
Napkin rings, printed and downloadable cookbooks and recipes, coffee and tea services, servingware, dinnerware, tablecloths, like you said, lots of stuff. So she's really branching into that kind of a lifestyle space. So I guess the TIG was the start of that. I don't think we'll maybe be seeing any beauty and fashion, but this is all going to be about homeware, lifestyle, pots and pans, plates and crockery.
Now, whether you like Miss Markle or not, this is going to be a huge success, isn't it?
This is going to be...
She's going to be raking it in.
Absolutely. I mean, the account, the last time I checked, well, it got about 100,000 followers in 3 hours. Those numbers are certainly going to climb because people will want a glimpse into her life. And she posted, like, you know, the video that we saw there, which gives us a little snippet of what we can expect. And like you said, whether you like Meghan Markle or not, this is certainly going to fly. And that kind of lifestyle area is one that cuts across a lot of people, you know, cookbooks and e-recipes and things like that. I think people are really going to get into it.
Could this be a moment where they say, right, we're going to carve out our own new niche, lifestyle, we'll make our money there, rather than making money criticising our family?
And I think that's something...
That would be a good idea, wouldn't it?
But I think that's something they've kind of been wanting to do anyway, with branching out into film and podcasts. But I think, yeah, this is a new way of them, you know, earning some money and putting a stamp on what they do.
OK, watch this space. Afua, thank you so
much.
Really appreciate you being on.